Howdy mates, good noontime. How are we all doing? I'm over at, oh yeah, it is Wednesday, June 9th, 2021. I'm actually over at the Englewood Metro Parks down by Englewood, Ohio, which is just a bit outside of the city of Dayton. I decided to go on a little visit on my day off work. So I'm currently at this feature known as Patty Falls, which also stretches all the way by where that tree is located. I'll be a little limited in showing what I can do with my hand because it is it's slightly drizzling right now with some rain. But essentially Patty Falls follows a similar formation to that of Charleston Falls, which was a video I did back on Sunday. So you figure the underlying rock, which kind of lies right in there, that is your shale, and that is a much softer rock, and that is most likely from the Ordovician period. But then you have your harder rock forming the upper layers, so you figure up here, that is a much harder rock, and that is much more resistant to facing erosion. So you figure what happens is there's a lot of downcutting that occurs due to the water, and it will erode the shale away much faster, and thus the rock wall essentially becomes top heavy. And as a result, that is why it has that particular feature, as you can see even here as well. So that's why it creates that bit of a overhang. So try to think of it as, you try to eat a sandwich or something, and you kind of eat like the bottom part of it first. You know what I mean? Or like a cake, for instance. You try to go for the bottom part of the cake first, but then you leave the top part of it alone. And then essentially you can use the same analogy for these cliffs here. But reason being that they call it Patty Falls is for the fact that back in the 1800s, there were a family of settlers who went by the name of Patty. And that's essentially how this place really got its name. But at Englewood Metro Parks, we're at an excellent example of sort of like an Oak-Hickory type of forest, along with some maples too. So Englewood Metro Park is another great area if you want to see any of the native trees that are here. So actually, real quick, wow, I am wet. Real quick, I'm going to provide you guys another perspective, and that should about wrap up the video. So give me just a second. Alright, so now we're at the other perspective. So actually where we were just a moment ago, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see, but I was right down there. So I basically walked all the way around. Come to realize now, since we are getting close to summer, the canopy is now really rich. You could say that at this point, the leaves are back. The trees are fully functioning right now. So that's why we're at the point of where we're really not going to see any more wildflowers. I mean, we'll see some, just not as much anymore, since now the trees are in higher need of receiving sunlight. But yeah, definitely next time I'll be sure to be a little more prepared. Wow. I saw that there were chances of rain, but I didn't know that it was just going to be raining. What can you do? Live and you learn. And yeah, actually behind me, there's a whole network of trails that I'm actually gonna go on pretty soon. So, looking forward to that. So alright mates, hope you guys learned something in the video about Paddy Falls. It's a neat formation, and it's not the only waterfall either. There's up to 3. You got Oaks, Paddy, and Martindale Falls. So there's plenty to see here. It's guaranteed that you won't be bored by any means. So, alright mates, enjoy your Wednesday, and Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care folks.